Am I excited to share today's recipe with you, my Foodie Phonics friends? Right away, I'm sure you can see my Easter eggs in front of me here. It was Easter just a few weeks ago, and I still have Easter eggs left. Can you hear the sound that we say Easter with? It's an E sound. And over here, you can see my letter E and letter A next to each other. When they're next to each other like that, they make an E sound for Easter. And our ear. We use our ears for listening, don't we? Sometimes we can have two letter E's next to each other. Also makes an E sound, like eel. That's a kind of sea creature that swims in the ocean. E for eel. Maybe your name starts with an E sound. For that, we'd need our big letter E. Maybe Elijah or Evie. Letter E makes an E sound in the alphabet. On the alphabet board, you can see here, big letter E and small letter E next to each other. And that looks just like the E sound that we practice for eel, doesn't it? Okie dokie. Today we're going to make some delicious, easy eclairs. We're going to use English muffins. It's kind of like smiling when you say the E sound, isn't it? English muffins. I'll put these ones off on my pantry, so I don't need the whole packet. It's only going to be a recipe for me, but you might use the whole packet if you need to. I'll just put them back there. Now, before I take my English muffin for our recipe, I need to wash my hands because I'm going to use my hands to make our easy eclairs. Do you know what an eclair is? An eclair is a yummy pastry with creamy filling and chocolate on top. Oh, they're so delicious. But the ones we're going to make today don't need any baking in the oven. Mummy and Daddy will have to help you make the filling because that has to be stirred on the stove top and that gets a bit hot. Can you remember when we made instant insects for letter I, we made our own instant pudding? Well, that's the filling I'm going to use today for our easy eclairs. Can you hear the different sound when we say E for instant and E for eclair? E is a longer sound, isn't it? Righto, let's begin. Over here, I have my English muffin. I'm going to open it up. There's the two halves. I'll just use the one half for now. I have a spoon back here for my filling. There it is. Oh, it's so lovely and soft. I think with the instant insects, I made the instant pudding a little bit too tough last time. So this time, when I stirred the ingredients on the stove, I didn't cook it for so long. So it's nice and soft, like custard. Oh, that's delicious, isn't it? Now, I'm not going to melt chocolate on top because I want you to be able to make your own eclair easily. So I'm going to break my square of chocolate in half. Remember how we said half is equal to equal pieces of the same whole one. So I had a whole piece of chocolate. There it is. And now I have two halves. Equal. E for equal. Okay. I'm going to use my grater. Remember, my grater is really long, so I'll just use the bottom edge so that the chocolate doesn't grate all over the desk. And then I'm going to grate some chocolate onto my eclair. Oh, it's going to be delicious. If Mummy and Daddy let you do the grating of your chocolate onto your eclair, please be sure not to grate your fingers because that would hurt. Graters are quite sharp. There we go, tap, tap. I think I might wipe my hands again. I have chocolate all over my fingers. Just get a clean wipe over here. There we are. And wipe it away. Okay, now this is going to be tricky to taste while you're with me, but I'll give it a go, shall I? So easy. Before I have a bite, I might have too big a mouthful to remind you of the instant pudding recipe. For that recipe, you need 1 tablespoon of corn flour, just 1. It will only make 1 serving. And then you need a spoon of sugar, not a big tablespoon. You need a smaller dessert spoon of sugar. And then you need only half a teaspoon of vanilla essence and half a teaspoon of butter. You stir the vanilla essence and the butter into your instant pudding after it's finished cooking on the stove. And then you have to leave it in the fridge to settle a little bit. And you have to cover it with a plastic covering so that the milk doesn't make a skin on top of your instant pudding. And then it will be soft and delicious like your easy eclair. On second thoughts, I think it's going to be too messy for me to taste while you're watching. So I'm going to say bye for now, my foodie phonics, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow for some more easy recipes.